Hey folks, I'm Greg, the guy behind Glopic Woodworks. Today, I want to personally walk you through the process of getting your very own custom location map. I'll show you where to get it, how to get it, and I'll even talk about our 100% money back guarantee that's behind every map order. Our custom location maps are like nothing else out there. Each one is as unique as a fingerprint because I make them just for you. All you got to do is give me an address or a general location, and I'll work my magic. It's pretty easy, right? But I'll go into more detail about that later. For now, let me show you the cool features of these maps. So here's one that I have hanging in my own home, and I'll use it as the example. So they're about 24 inches tall by 15.5 inches wide and about 3/4 of an inch thick. The frames are made from solid poplar, and they have these walnut splines that create this eye-catching contrast. And they also hold the frame together, make it really, really solid. Oh, and the front has this bevel on it. It might be hard to see, but that actually exposes the splines, and so you can actually see the splines from the front, giving it a lot of really great character. But let's dive into the customization. So the main part of the map is where your custom location design will go, and the information where it'll all be engraved. And it's made of maple, while all of the location icons, as well as the accent graphic at the foot, are made of walnut. And here's the best part. Each map can have up to 6 of these location icons, and you can personalize each icon with up to 20 characters. But beyond that, the graphic at the bottom is totally customizable too. Since our maps can represent literally any place in the world, you'll need a graphic that best fits the location of your map. So it's all about making it yours, making it uniquely yours. So yeah, alrighty. So I'll go ahead and dive into showing you how to order one of these from my website. I'll do a screen share so you can follow along, and I'll get you on the road to your dream map in no time. All right, let's do this. So here I'm already at my website, which is globicwoodworks.com, and we're right on the homepage. And so once you land here, you can explore if you want to. You can read about it, learn more about me and my family, check out what I have to offer, all that. You scroll around, learn more about the products. But when you're ready to buy, all you have to do is click one of these personalize your map buttons, or you can go up here to the main navigation products and choose custom location wooden maps. All right, so you're on the home page. You're going to go ahead and click personalize your map. That'll take you directly to the product page, where I offer a few options. So as I was talking about those location icons that you can see in the pictures here, you can have up to 6 of them. With the price of the map, one icon comes default with the price. So with this $2.99, that's one icon and the frame. So if you want more than one icon, you just click on style here, and you can +1 for 2, +2 for 3, so on and so forth. Each icon adds an additional $10. I also give you the ability to order a map without the frame, just in case you want to make your own frame, or you happen to have one that's meaningful to you and will just so happen to fit this map. I just like to give people that option. If you don't want the frame, you would click on it and just say no frame. But for the purposes of this exercise, we're going to assume that you're going to want a poplar frame with walnut splines. And let's say we want a total of, let's say 3 icons. So I'm going to go +2. And you can see that adds $20 to our total. Great. So now, how do you give me that information? You just click on create my custom map. That's going to open up a pop-up that allows you to give me the location that you want for your, basically your map. The text for the location icons, the location and the text for each of the icons you want. And then you can describe the what it is you're going to want here at the bottom of your map. So the silhouette essentially. All right, great. So let's say that my wife and I took a trip to Paris, and I want to memorialize that in a map, right? So let's say we went to Paris, and I'm just going to put Paris, France. We stayed in downtown Paris. Maybe I don't even necessarily need to give an address, but let's say whatever, it was 555 address street, Paris, France. Right? Cool. So now what that'll do is I will use that address or that location to create the map that you see here that's contained within that within these boundaries. Okay, so my wife and I went to Paris. I've given the address, and now I said I knew I wanted 3 location icons, right? And so I give an example of like, hey, you would give me the address and something like our home. Well, I know this is our vacation, so this is going to be, we'll start with icon 1, address. This was the hotel we stayed in. So that was 556, or excuse me, that was 555 Address Street. That's where we stayed. And that's the address that I gave you up here because that's where I wanted to start with, right? Okay. Icon 1, text. This is going to be our hotel. All right. I'm going to go to icon 2, address. This was the restaurant we really, really, really loved. And we went there almost every night that we were in Paris, right? 556, address, street. The icon text, we want this to be best eatery. There we go. All right, and then finally, let's say we want, we were staying in downtown Paris, and we also want the Eiffel Tower on here. So we want to mark the hotel that we loved, the restaurant we loved, and the Eiffel Tower, right? So we're going to go with icon, address, 3. Oops, I forgot to put 2 there. Icon address 3, and I'm just going to say Eiffel Tower. I don't need to know an address. That's good enough. Eiffel Tower, right? I can find that. Icon 3, text. We want this one to say Eiffel Tower. Great. So that's it. So now we have the address we want to start the map with, the 3 location icons, where they're going to go, and what we want them to say. And now we just have to go with, kind of an idea describing the graphic that we're going to want to go down here at the bottom. So I chose Paris specifically because, as you can see in a lot of my examples, I use this mountain range because for a lot of what I do, honestly, this mountain range worked great. A lot of people like it, but Paris is a perfect example of where you probably would not want this mountain range. So you might want to do something like, okay, what would go good there? Maybe you want the Eiffel Tower, here. But the thing you got to keep in mind, you'll notice that this is very kind of like a narrow landscaped area. And that's why mountain ranges and other kind of silhouettes like that, like a forest or a fish. Some people that want lake maps, they'll want a fish. And that fits there really, really well because we have this long landscape. So let's say specifically for Paris, I might want, instead of, let's say, the Eiffel Tower, which is very narrow and very tall, it wouldn't fill this space very well. Let's go with the Paris city skyline. Because I think that would fill it in. And you could even Google ideas, and just to show you, this is what you would find with like a Paris city skyline silhouette. And as you can see, this would definitely fill that space a lot more because we got a nice long landscape. All right, so Paris city skyline, that's all you need to do. If you have an example, if you maybe found a graphic specifically that you want to use, you could post that link in here and I could at least go kind of see what it is. We might have to buy it if it's something you want to specifically use, or if you've already pre-bought it, you own it, you want to send it to me, that's fine. So it just might be something we have to discuss. I have access to a lot of artwork, and I can even make my own sometimes. But that's just to let you know that we have some options there as far as what kind of graphic we can put there at the bottom and how we can get it. All right, great. So we've gone through all that. Now you just want to add this to cart. And it's going to personalize everything. All that information that we put in there shows up here so you can review it. That's how we'll get it. If you have any additional information that you want to give me, this box is available for you for special instructions for the seller. And then you just go to checkout. And with the checkout, I have several options for you to pay. You can use Shop Pay, PayPal, Google Pay, whatever. And they'll even allow payment options if you really want to. Okay, so we were talking about ordering from me. And once you place your order, I will receive that via email, and I will create a digital proof. So that's where I'll actually go and I'll create the artwork for your map, and I'll mock it up, and then I'll email it to you. And that is where you come in. I'll need you to review all of the information that I've put on the map, make sure that the location seems right, make sure that the addresses all seem right, make sure that the words that I put on there. So again, like showing you these examples, if we had Paris, and then I had like France underneath there, just make sure that this actually says Paris, or if you wanted to read Paris, France up top, again, that can all be in the notes to the seller. But just make sure everything is as you imagined it to be. It'll have, I'll put your locations icons on the mock-up. I'll have the graphic at the bottom in the mock-up. I'll have all of this in the mock-up, so you can view it and you can say, yes, in fact, that looks exactly like I want. Or you can say, no, actually, I've got some ideas on how to tweak it, and we'll go back and forth, and I will work on it until you're happy with the design. And that's where my 100% money back guarantee comes into play that I talked about in the beginning. That since you're buying these sight unseen, I don't have a physical store for you to come in to be able to check out these products. And because every single map is 100% unique, to give you the confidence to order from me, I offer this 100% money back guarantee. And that is, if during this proofing phase, during this digital phase, once I make your map and I'm sending you proofs to approve, if for whatever reason you just don't like it, and I can't get you to like it because who knows, maybe you picked a location that just doesn't make a good map. Maybe it's a state park in the middle of the desert and there's not good roads and rivers and things that just make a good looking map. And you're not happy with it. I will refund your purchase in full, no problem. That's it. I just make it that simple. So since you have to purchase, you have to pre-purchase this and put in all that information before I even begin to work on your product. I understand that that's a big ask. And so in order to take away that fear that you might lose out money or you might get something you're not happy with, I will give you all of your money back if I cannot make you happy during that digital proofing phase. This is to let you know, though, that should alleviate a lot of the stress behind having to pony up some money before you even seen a design. So there you go. So hopefully I've answered any questions or concerns that you might have, and I really look forward to working with you. If you have any additional questions, I have an FAQ on my website, but you can always reach out to me. My phone number, I think my phone number is on the website, and my email address, but I'm all over social media on Instagram and Facebook. Again, those links are on my website. You can reach out to me through Messenger. I'm really easy to get a hold of, and I respond very, very quickly. I usually respond within an hour, if not much sooner than that, to any questions or concerns that you might have. So yeah, I look forward to working with you. Thank you for your time.